The pool.
Beep.
After seeing a grizzly bear heading directly towards him while hiking, this man climbed a tree in order to escape the bear. As his friends filmed from another tree, the bear begins to claw at the hiker's boots, attempting to get him down from the tree. Climbing higher in the tree in fear, the man fails to realize that bears can also climb trees, and that's exactly what the grizzly does next. Terrified as the bear gets closer to him, at the last second the bear jumps down and leaves, letting the man live to see another day.
Sorry, bear.
Fuck. Fuck. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit, I gotta get the fuck out of here. I gotta get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry, Bear.
As I mentioned, when I was 8 years old, everything changed in my life. A great scientist had just died, and all the newspapers said that he could not finish his final and greatest theory. And they put a picture of his desk on the news. The desk was open and unfinished. So I was fascinated by that story. That story changed my life, because I said to myself, why couldn't he finish that theory? Why don't I try to finish that theory?
That's amazing.
So I went to the library and I looked up this man. This man's name was Albert Einstein. The theory was the theory of everything, an equation 1 inch long that would allow us to, quote, read the mind of God. These are Einstein's words. So I said to myself, that's for me. That's what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Proof they control brick.
Don't just stand there. Let's get to it. Strike a pose. There's nothing to it. Break a pose. There's nothing to it. Break.
Ayuda. Hey Siri, call Mama.
This is how real estate will be built in space if the housing bubble doesn't burst. This inflatable habitat is very flexible when it's not pressurized, but it gets rock hard when it's pumped up, a design that could have only been inspired by nature. These flexible environments can be packed up and launched into space, and once in orbit, inflated to create additional working and living space. But are they strong enough? When pressurized, this thing is 5 times stronger than steel, thanks to this restraint layer which carries all the load and is made up of a material called Vectran. During an ultimate pressure test, this 1/3 replica was pressurized to 192 psi before it burst. For comparison, the tires of a Boeing 777 are pressurized to 200 psi.
Watch this video. Pay attention closely to this man right here, if you can even call him a man.
True that you want to fly commercial so that you can fly in luxury? How much money did you pay for Tyler Perry's Gulfstream jet, for example?
Well, for example, that's really none of your business, but...
Isn't it the business of your donor?
Listen, I paid. The airplane that we have that I bought from Tyler Perry, and I didn't pay anywhere to it. Tyler's one of the greatest guys. He made that airplane so cheap for me, I couldn't help but fly it. I love your eyes, man.
Again, getting back to the comment. You said that you don't like to fly commercial because you don't want to get into a tube with a bunch of demons. Do you really believe that human beings are demons, or demons,
No,
or demons?
and don't you ever say I did.
That might be a gas station or something.
Whoa! Oh! What the? No! No, baby! No!
Are we dangerous here?
Yeah, we're dangerous. Oh my God!
Oh dear! Are you filming?
Yes, I'm filming.
Wow! Wow!
911, let's go!
With a few friends, his stomach dropped when he saw something chilling in the background of one of their videos.
And a couple of more pieces. I do like RJ Barrett, but I don't know, it might be time for him to go as well. You never really know. So I say you just build off of those people. Was that a ghost?
I just personally.
Oh, yo, Junebug, chill out.
Yo, that wasn't even a person.
Junebug, chill out. I ain't got time for this.
Yo, did we catch a ghost on screen?
In the bottom left video behind Chris, a dark figure was caught walking by. This terrifying figure walked into view and quickly went behind Chris to the left. And although Chris didn't see this figure, it looks like he felt something's presence. The other guys on the stream pointed this out, but none of them could come up with an explanation. So did the group accidentally catch proof of the paranormal? I'll let you decide.
Everything that they ever tell us is bullshit. And one of them is that food pyramid, that dairy is good for the bones and calcium. Literally, milk actually strips the bone of calcium. Look at the sun because it will make us go blind. Sun gazing actually stimulates your pineal gland to open up your third eye so you can move on different dimensions of densities. Everything they ever have told us is a lie. They tell us that our heart is a pump. Your heart is not a pump. Your heart is a valve. Your lungs is a pump that pumps the blood to the heart. The heart is a valve mechanism that controls the cardio output of blood. Everything they tell us about everything is a lie. They tell you your hair is just hair. No, our hair is non-ether hair. It is actually an extension of your nervous system. It is used to scan the environment, and it brings all of these different melanin neurotransmitters back to your skin to tell you whether to actually engage in the environment or take fight or flight and run away. That's why you get gut feelings. That's why when you see paranormal activities, the hair on your skin stand up. So everything that they ever told us about our
Agent Smith effect. If you're talking to somebody like a friend or a family member about what you saw on TV, everybody's having a great conversation about it. But as soon as you stop and talk about is 9/11 a conspiracy or what they're putting in our food is poison, all of a sudden that person will then change and they'll almost become like a prison guard to stop you from talking about those topics. It's like this matrix programming takes over their body.
Hey, we definitely live among reptilians, aka fallen angels. Hey, stare at the cross in the middle and use your peripheral vision and tell me what you see. See that? Y'all can see that, right?
Celebrity conspiracy. This right here, The Rock. The Rock was a wrestler for WWF. Y'all got a good look. This right here, Dwayne Johnson. Again, Dwayne Johnson. They look crazy similar. The only difference is the tattoos. Could the government have killed The Rock, then replaced him with Dwayne Johnson? I don't know. You tell me.
Okay, this is what we've been looking for right here, TikTok. This is the type of shit they own. I'm not saying that this happened to Jamie Foxx, but I don't know. Look, I mean, they got all kinds of technology out here, man. I'm gonna link another different type of cloning device too, man. You be the judge. Check this out. Check this out. Some creepy shit, man. Creepy. Yep.
Let's say if the devil comes to you, right? And so I'll give you $100 million, but I want you to turn your back on God. Would you turn your back on God, or will you take that $100 million?
Do you remember salvia? It's not something people talk about a lot, but it is one of the most mind-blowing psychedelics known to man.
For 10 minutes, yeah.
It's fucking unbelievably powerful. Ari Shaffir did some on a podcast, and he lived an alternative life for 3 months. He had a family, he had jobs, he had friends, and then all of a sudden, he came back to reality. And while he was out for 10 minutes, he lived like 3 months in a different world.
And then you have to wonder if that's the real one and this is the fake one.
Ah!
Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. He just went into this place and lived another life. I think he was under the ocean too, and he got very loud.
Oh, like violent?
Yeah, like, get the fuck away from me. And everybody was fucking.
Because it's disorienting.
Yeah, he's confused.
Because you're physically paralyzed.
Yeah.
So I think everyone knows who Tom Holland is, right? Played the role in Spider-Man. He's done some incredible films. Listen to Tom Holland as he talks about how he has to like pull away from Hollywood because Hollywood's super corrupt, it's evil. You see incredible actors start to fall apart because he really hates it there. And what he starts to experience from this, check this out.
I really do not like Hollywood. It is not for me. The business really scares me. I understand that I'm a part of that business and I enjoy my kind of interactions with it. But that said, I am always looking for ways to kind of remove myself from it to kind of just live as normal a life as possible. Today, doing this is a very rare thing for me to do. Yeah, I definitely think it has been an ongoing thought, which is don't lose yourself. I've seen so many people come before me and lose themselves, and I've had friends that I've grown up with that aren't friends of mine anymore because they've lost themselves to this business. I just am really, really keen to focus on what makes me happy, which is my family, it's my friends, it's my carpentry, my golf, the charity that my mum runs. Like, that is the stuff that makes me really happy, and that's the stuff that I should protect.
Hollywood is getting weirder and weirder. A lot of things are starting to get exposed, and Tom alludes to it, but he doesn't clearly say it. He knows something that we don't know, and he wants out of there.
Will the real Slim Shady please stand up? I repeat, will the real Slim Shady please stand up? We're gonna have a problem.
Oh my god! Holy fuck! Oh shit! What the
This is kind of trippy. All the sky is red.
A 30-second video from Jharkhand is going viral all over the internet. In the video, a strange, eerie-looking human figure can be seen strolling down the road. The video was apparently recorded on the Chadwa Dam Bridge in the Hazaribagh district by some bikers. Seeing that, some are saying that it is an alien and some are claiming it to be a ghost. After the appearance, there has been a war on the social media sites among the people to determine the exact type of supernatural being that the creature is. Currently, this video has become a topic of discussion in Hazaribagh. The passers-by and the bike drivers are heard second-guessing what the unusual figure could be. However, it will be difficult to say how much truth is in this video. It is difficult to say if the video is doctored or simply a prank played by someone. Nonetheless, it has managed to grab the attention of many, and some are even inclined to spread superstitions around it.
Familia, sí existen los ovnis. Neta, todo el mundo está grabando.
¿Qué es eso?
Sí está bien cañón, ¿eh?
No mames.
Sí está bien cañón el platillo.
Not sure if anyone's paying attention, but we are in the midst of an alien invasion 2023.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to look down and read this. I have a brain injury, so it gives me problems. So I apologize. My name is Stephen Michael Digna Jr. Doctor, I'm sorry. These are slipping my hands here. That's okay. My name is Stephen Michael Digna Jr. The following testimony is true and inaccurate as it can be at this time to the best of my ability, and I am prepared to swear this testimony under oath before the Senate and Congress. I'm a former sergeant in the United States Army. I began active duty service in 1999, and I served until 2002. I was assigned to the U.S. Army Training Center W4J9 Alpha Alpha, Fort Irwin, California, located in the Mojave Desert inside Death Valley near the Barstow, California in 2000. I was assigned to Alpha Company Group, Live Fire Combat Engineer Division, Computer Support Systems, and basically for civilians, it's management for live fire operations. I acted as a hub between the operations group, intelligence planners, ground team, Air Force, and Star Wars programs. Thank you, Doctor. In July of 2001, I was observing a live fire practice at a level from an observation deck at approximately 3 stories high from the desert floor. I saw a craft in the distance at approximately 200 feet off the ground, measuring approximately 172 feet across, strongly resembling a hovering B-2 Spirit. Upon first glance, my eyes were adjusting to the darkness. I could see 7 lights in a V-shape. After that, I closed my eyes for approximately 30 seconds to allow them to adjust to lighting conditions. We were running red lights throughout the bunker due to the current live fire exercise. The range was hot. That means rounds are being fired and lives are at risk at all times. This was interrupted by a very, very ominous call, a net call. It said, ceasefire, ceasefire, ceasefire. It came from one of our observer controllers on the ground. There's about 27 teams out there. And they kept soldiers alive and trained them. Sorry, thank you, doctor. Once my eyes adjusted, I could make out the general shape of the craft. There were 2 men from Raytheon present. I pulled out my night vision goggles to get a better look at the craft. It appeared to be generating 7 lights along its wings and underbelly. I noticed another smaller craft oriented on the right side and at the same height as the first craft, approximately 75 feet to 100 yards to its right. The second craft was jet black, V-shaped, pointed towards the first craft. This craft had equally joined, spaced, rectangular sections forming the hull. The craft had a gimbal rack that deployed from the bottom of the craft. Approximately 5 to 6 holographic lights, holographic emitting lights were pointed directly at the first craft. That was my assumption due to the fact that they were displaying a strange color within my MVG goggles. Anyone that knows the old school, circa 2000 MVGs, they don't emit color. They give you green, grays, and blacks. I was seeing colors within my night vision goggles. This was not normal. And it was my assumption that perhaps this was a hologram being projected from the other craft. I can't confirm that. However, that was my assessment at the time and my suspicion at the time. I wanted to throw a baseball at it, but I didn't have one, just to see if it was tangible and solid. The second craft was jet black, V-shaped. I'm sorry, jumped a little space here. Thank you for the bullets, Raven. The craft and the gimbal rack were deployed from the bottom of the craft and approximately 5 or 6 lights. Sorry, Dr. Greer. Guys, I goofed up, and that's a part of the brain injury suffered during the explosion on the live fire range. One of the 2 men on the observation deck from Raytheon noticed the night vision goggles I had. He went from chattering cheerfully. They were pretty relaxed. They'd seen these before. It wasn't abnormal to them. He looked at me with a very, very severe look of disapproval and anger that I had. At that point, they both went calmly inside, probably a little bit angry, and it felt as though I had crossed the line. I took another look with my night vision goggles. The reason this event was not reported was due to the fact that it was not unidentified. I'm going to repeat this very clearly to the cameras. This craft was not unidentified. This was on our birds, and to the observer controller that called that out on the range, I'm not going to put his call sign out. Roger up, eyes on, hands on confirmation. That's our bird, but she doesn't need wind to get lift. She was hovering stationary. This was, I'm going to interject here. Sorry, guys. This was very dangerous. This craft showed up unscheduled. I got no notification. My job was to maintain command and control and to be the hub and top observer controller for the Tactical Operation Command Center for live fire desert warfare. That's the largest live fire warfare center for desert warfare on the planet and in history. So any moving objects that are on that desert floor or in those skies are supposed to be coordinated between myself and another group that I directly worked with the civilian personnel through Raytheon and the United States Air Force. So to get back to the statements here, the reason the event was skip. All right, well, this is going to jump in a little. I was the fastest promoted soldier in 25 years on the post. And I was the youngest #1 control seat holder at Fort Irwin NTC facility in history. That held the title, the Voice of the Desert. When I cued my mic at my FM base station, it shut down all radios, and I could shut down the range for safety reasons or for medevac calls, safety reports, weather reports, and any other thing that was commanded by me, by my superiors. I skipped over that, but I filled it in good. Approximately 5 to 7 days later, sorry guys, this is personal. This affected the rest of my marriage, my life, and my relationship with my child. Approximately 5 to 7 days later, the following incident took place on Fort Irwin Road. It's the one road leading into the base. During the weekend pass, after the show, my wife and I had taken a pass to go see a movie. And this took place right after the live fire bunker, about 5 to 7 days afterwards. We skipped the second movie, or halfway through. I was really tired, just got back from running the range, 78-hour shifts with no relief. We passed a dry lake bed on the right-hand side. I've got that exact information already turned into the proper authorities. Thank you, Dr. Greer and all of his team. People out there, please get ready to come out. There's a saying they got, an old friend of mine, well, a new friend, but he reminded me of an old saying they have at Fort Benning, Georgia. It says, "Follow me." There's another saying we have at the Signal Corps Academy. It's on the badge. It says Pro Patria Vigilanus, or Vigilis. That means watchful of the nation. And then there's another group of men that I served with, and I tried to keep them alive every day to the best of my ability. Same guys that blew me up. And I still love them today, and I ask for amnesty for all of the information I'm going to say from here on in. Is these boys are on the ground, on the hottest spots in the planet, along with these other soldiers, and they're dying out there. They're out there killing people under false pretenses. I've also turned information in that may be able to prove that to the proper authorities, thanks to Dr. Greer and his team. His team so far has been accommodating, polite, honest, respectful, and this man is my new general. He leads the way. So rally up, rally on me. This man is the way. He speaks the truth. He is sound. Apologize, Dr. Greer. I've been waiting to say that for a long time. I thought they would laugh at me and look at me like I'm a lunatic. However, I brought my data. I brought the information. They stripped my information, said I had a driver's badge and a service ribbon. I had 2 accommodation medals, and I had total 7 certificates. They put me in for an ARCOM, which is the highest award you can get for a non-deployable base. I'm a non-combatant, but I'm as close as you can get to being one. Those boys out there, we receive KIT reports every day. That means killed in training. Had I been in a real tactical operation command center or bunker on the range, like the one that just got hit in Ukraine, then I'd be sending men out to die every day. Those guys hated the voice of the desert because we gave them commands to send their troops into danger and to death, even if we knew that they were just the decoys for the real mission. So I'm going to have to jump back to this. I apologize, Raven and everyone, for going off track, but that had to be said. Back to the story at hand.